Good morning everyone and welcome to the Cleveland Way. I'm back in the small town of Kildale. It is raining today. It's meant to rain pretty much all day. Just a light drizzle right now, but if the forecast stays true then I should have some heavy rain showers at some point during the day. Right, so I'm just leaving Kildale now. I'm not sure exactly where I head. I guess I follow the acorn symbol down this road closed sign. So I think I'm going to walk along this track and then head up to the Pale Plantation. Some trees on a ridge line. I'm going to walk across to the Captain Cook Monument. Quick glimpse down into Kildale. See the church. That's 1 mile from Kildale. So I'm leaving the paved road, heading off on the dirt road. Warning, forest operations. So this is a plantation I'm going through. See if it's... no, it's not sticky. Just a wonderful smell of tree sap. Right, I'm just happily going along this ridge now, making way to the Captain Cook Monument. I got a little bit and piece of information about Captain Cook. Why is there a Captain Cook Monument here? That's because he was born in this area. I've completely forgotten the name of the town, Martin. He went to school in Great Ayton, is it? Nearby, and Whitby, which is not too far away on the coast, is one of the places he first set sail from. Right, before me I can just see the Captain Cook Monument. I'm not going to get any good views up here right now. In memory of the celebrated circumnavigator Captain James Cook, FRS, a man in nautical knowledge inferior to none, in zeal, prudence and energy superior to most. Regardless of danger, he opened an intercourse with the Friendly Isles and other parts of the Southern Hemisphere. He was born at Marton, October 27th, 1728, and massacred at Awahi, February 14th, 1779, to the inexpressible grief of his countrymen. While the art of navigation shall be cultivated among men, while the spirit of enterprise, commerce and philanthropy shall animate the sons of Britain, while it shall be deemed the honour of a Christian nation to spread civilization and the blessing of the Christian faith among pagan and savage tribes, so long will the name of Captain Cook stand out among the most celebrated and most admired benefactors of the human race. As a token of respect for the admiration of that great man, this monument was erected by Robert Campion, Esquire, of Whitby in 1827. By permission of the owner of the Easby estate, J. Emerson, Esquire, it was restored in 1895 by the readers of the North Eastern Daily Gazette. Quite jingoistic, that plaque. The duty of Christian nations to spread to the savage tribes, yeah. But regardless of that, I think the circumnavigations he did was absolutely amazing. His 3 journeys of discovery, we'll talk about when I've just wiped the camera down a little bit because it's got wet. Okay, so instead of talking about him spreading Christian beliefs to savage tribes. Let's talk about some things else he did. He was in the Royal Navy, and in 1758 he took part in the amphibious assault on the fortress of Louisburg, which is Cape Breton Island, Nova Scotia, I think. And then the following year they besieged Quebec City, and Captain Cook had been spending a lot of time in the St. Lawrence estuary, and using some of his really amazing maps, General Wolfe was able to do a surprise attack on the Plains of Abraham. He then spent a few years in Newfoundland mapping the coast around there, producing some really high quality maps which were used for a long time after his death. After that he was commissioned by I think it was King George, 1768, to the Southern Hemisphere to look at the transit of Venus in 1769. So he sailed really far south, and on this expedition he visited New Zealand, he landed in Australia, in Botany Bay. Also, one of the things he did was help prove that Australia was in fact an island and there was no landmass south of New Zealand. Right. So that's his first voyage, and the camera's got wet again, so I think we'll talk about his second and third voyages as we walk throughout the day. It can be James Cook Day. Okay, that's a bird song. Actually, that could be Roseberry Topping. I'm not sure. Cloud lifted a little bit, but possibly not enough. You'll see on top when I'm at the trig point. Nice little marker for Cleveland Way, Helmsley 46 miles, Firely 64. Here I am upon Roseberry Topping, up at the trig point. I think this little bit here is called Roseberry Well. Oh. I didn't think I was going to get any big views, but at least I made it up to the top. I bet if it's nice weather you get some really good views, but today isn't one of those days, unfortunately. So that's the end of the version of Roseberry Top, which has again disappeared in the cloud. So now I'm just going to continue up on the Cleveland Way. Right, it's dried off a little bit and I'm just walking across a bit of a bridle way. So I'll talk about the second voyage of Captain James Cook, which was in 1772 to 1775, and it was basically tasked with going on a circumnavigation of the globe as far south as possible to determine whether or not this Terra Australis, this southern continent, really existed. It actually crossed the Antarctic Circle. I don't think they actually landed in Antarctica. They went to, I think, South Georgia and the South Sandwich Islands and places like that, and spent time in the Pacific, Tahiti and New Caledonia before returning home. I've been gone 3 hours now. So it's 20 past 10 in the morning. Still no lifting of the clouds. And the weather forecast said it was going to start raining about 11 o'clock or so, so see how far I can get before the rain starts. Well, you never know, it might hold off. Right, as soon as I started eating my lunch, the rain started coming down, so I just dived under these trees a little bit. I have to get my waterproofs on then and just press on. See how far I can get in the cold and wet. like a quarry which I'm walking at the side of. I've got about 2 miles to go to get to Skelton. So here's a view of Skelton and Saltburn. A lot of this stuff was built by the de Bruce family of Robert de Bruce fame. See the church over there. In the distance you can see the red car wind farms. Where are they? Some signs. It's just down someone's street. It's strange to be walking just down someone's street. I can't get over how strange this is. I'm just walking through a housing estate. And it's a national trail. It's a pretty cool bridge. I'm not talking about this one. I'm talking about that one. Guess it's for the trains. It's a really large bridge. Or is it a viaduct? Right, I've made it to Saltburn. I'm going to try and find the station now. And then from there I'm making my way back to Kildale. While I wait for the train here at Saltburn, I'll talk about the final journey of Captain Cook, where he took the Resolution and the Discovery on an attempt to find the Northwest Passage at the Bering Strait. I think on the way they stopped and introduced Hawaiians to the Europeans and vice versa, and named them the Sandwich Isles after the Lord of the Admiralty at the time, the Earl of Sandwich. Then they headed to California and sailed up the coast. Now, California was Spanish and Alaska at the time was Russian, and they were mapping their areas, but there was a big gap in between, which is now kind of Columbia or Oregon country. They spent a lot of time in the Nuka Sound, which is around Vancouver Island, which is now British Columbia. Mapped the coast of Alaska a little bit, couldn't get through the Northwest Passage because the Northwest Passage is constantly frozen over, and then they sailed back to the Hawaiian Islands, where after attempting to kidnap one of the Hawaiian kings, was killed in Kealakekua Bay, and the Resolution and the Discovery tried one more time for the Bering Strait and then returned home without Captain Cook. It cost £9.80 for me to catch the train from Saltburn to Kildale. One stop to switch trains at Middlesbrough. So here I am back in Kildale. I should get to my car. It's just been waiting for me. Had a really nice day. I'm glad I've finally been able to get to the coast on the Cleveland Way. Got really wet early on. I've not really dried out since then, even though I've been inside in the tea room and then on the train. I'm still damp, especially in my socks. So until next time, thank you very much for watching. It's been a sort of pleasure today.